Oop,
Oops.
there we
Well,
go.
hello, everyone, and welcome to the Love of Business podcast at prconnectionsradio.com, the voice of new media. My name is Maria Miko Faith, and it's my pleasure to be your host today and introduce Ron Branson from Realty One Group. Welcome.
Well, thank you, Miko. I appreciate the opportunity to be here.
Wonderful. Well, let's just dive right in. I see that real estate is your passion.
It is. It has been for actually 40 plus years. I didn't want to put that in there because people could start dating me now. So by how old I am. But I've been a people person forever. And years ago, I would keep looking at the real estate ads in the paper all the time. And I finally took the leap of faith just as interest rates went to 18 and 20%. That was exciting.
Wow.
But I love it. I can't think of anything else right now I'd rather do, and enjoy helping people. And it's what makes me get up in the morning.
That's wonderful. So what exactly about real estate are you passionate about? Since this is the love of business, what things light you up about real estate?
Well, it doesn't matter whether it's a first-time home buyer that I've actually had them sit down and we worked out a budget for them, and a year later they called me and said they'd stuck to the budget. Now they have enough money for a down payment to buy, to helping a business find the ideal location for their relocate their business or move because they've expanded. It's hard to describe sometimes. I get a warm spot in my heart to help people, to help them. I never feel like I sell anybody anything. I just tell me what you're looking for and let's figure out how we can accomplish that. And then they just buy it. It works. I don't like pushy people. I don't like to be pushy. So I'm just who I am and try to take care of people.
That's beautiful. That, that the mode of servitude and, the joy that you get out of helping people find a place they're going to live in or work in for a long time. They get a good deal with the amount of love you put into.
Yeah, it's like when someone tells me they're looking for a home or a business location, whether it be land or industrial or whatever. I always look as if I was that buyer. So I always look to find the best that I can find for them in that situation. And though I'm not pushy, I'm very persistent. I've had transactions with Albertsons that took me 5 years to finish it because of the amount of red tape and we had to go through, to where I put an offer in a house and 3 days later we closed it. So it's all spectrums of accomplishing other people's goals and dreams.
Wow. So you've been doing that for 40 years. You
40
said?
years, yeah. I was out of real estate for a little while when I moved here and to Las Vegas from Idaho in 2001. I was quite ill, and my doctor and wife would not let me do real estate. So what do? I did loans for a while because real estate isn't a job; it's a way of life. It's a passion. It's either there or not. It's kind of like I talk to people about golf. I'm an avid golfer, and I've talked to people that, yeah, I can take it or leave it. And I'm going, well, you don't have a passion for it. So I got back into real estate again about 2006 when the market was changing, and I've never looked back. So I've been a real estate broker. I had 5 offices and 100 and some agents and property management, and mortgage company, part ownership. So I've been a developer. I've built spec homes, a Chevron C-store, farm and ranch stores. I've been in all facets of it. And I don't know, it's just in my blood.
That must come from all your love and passion for it too, that you are just led to so many different opportunities to connect with
Yeah,
people on that level and get
and
them
it,
a place.
and it is, and sometimes it's because I had a hard time saying no sometimes. So that's why last year I merged with another team, and it's the Alexander Branson team now, and I'm coaching them on their residential part and helping to expand that. And then Rain Alexander is working with me into delve into the commercial arena. So it's a win-win-win for everybody.
That's the best.
It is.
And so I see that you were the past president of the Idaho Association of Realtors. I assume that was before you fell ill.
Correct. Yeah, I got involved with a local association, and then they kept pushing me forward. And I love to learn and be involved. I've encouraged other agents to get involved in their association, and the more you become involved, the more education you have, the better you can serve your clientele, and the better you will do it because you meet more and more people. The people don't understand everything that a real estate agent does for them, and we do a poor job, I think, of communicating to them. And realtors are the last strong defender of private property rights in the country. So we have
Wow.
lobbyists in DC. I've been to Washington, DC. I was a national director for the realtors. We met with our elected officials and how important private property rights are. And it's just, I don't know, you get involved as everything in the Idaho Association of Realtors, from parliamentarian for 10 years to on every committee. And every step of the way, I learned and met more people and expanded my horizon, which again benefited my clientele.
And you said in your bio that you've always been in the people business, and that that shows in how everything's come together for you.
It is. I was going to be at one time a professional golfer teaching, and I started working in the golf shops when I was actually 13 years old. Don't say anything about child labor. I made 50 cents an hour for a 10-hour day, 6 days a week.
Wow.
It was a learning experience. I learned how to repair and fix clubs and put grips on and change weights and do all that before that was the end thing. And I was going to be, like I said, a teaching pro, not a playing pro. Those guys are light years ahead of anybody that even thinks they're a scratch golfer. They not in the same league.
Yeah, I've stuck to mini golf myself.
What's faster for sure, right? Cool.
Yeah. So let's talk a little bit about your life coach and speaking part of your life.
Well,
How does that fit in?
I came about, and a lot of people don't know about or remember the JCs, JAYCEES. It used to be a very large organization across the country, and it was a junior chamber of commerce, basically. And through that, I learned how to speak in front of groups. I learned how to put together planning books for any project we wanted to do. And then I was a state president for Idaho JCs. And we were in Washington, D.C. several times, and Tulsa, Oklahoma, where the headquarters was. And it just helped me learn how to relate to people and the things that are out there. It gave me the confidence to speak in front of people. I made speeches at our national convention in front of 25,000 people. I had my perm, at that time, and it was kind of fun. I look back at those and go, oh my Lord, I can't believe I did that. But they asked me after that to become a motivational coach and do speaking across the country for different JC chapters. And it was fun because I just talked about what was in my heart about how we can help people and the different things we can do. And if you always do the right thing, you never have to worry about looking over your shoulder.
Yes.
And you just do it for the right reasons. I'm sorry, I kind of rambled on there, but
No.
sometimes people do things for, oh, it's going to help me get ahead here or help me get ahead there. And that's why you shouldn't be doing things. You should do them because you want to do them and love to do them.
That's like the ultimate checklist point right there.
Right.
do I love what I'm doing?
Right. I was at a service yesterday for a very good friend for her father had passed away, and he asked her 3 questions. Do you like what you're doing? Do you love what you're doing? Are you having fun doing it? And those are the 3 main questions he asked her every time. If she said, how am I doing? He goes, well, here we are. Let's ask those 3 questions again. And I asked myself that. And one of the things a passion of mine is teaching people goal setting.
Mhm.
It is so important because a lot of people have dreams, but unless they're written down and specific, those aren't goals. Those are just dreams or thoughts. And I
Right.
try to let people know that sometimes we're our own worst enemy and we beat up on ourselves worse than anybody else. And so
Hmm.
you need to read positive or listen to positive feedback. And I tell them, you get up every morning, you got a bucket full of enthusiasm, and all day long, people are dipping into your bucket. The appraisal didn't come in, they listed with somebody else. The people went and bought a whole bunch of furniture before the loan closed, now they can't close. And so you need to put constant reinforcement back into that bucket to keep it full. It's hard. Real estate to start, about 80% of the people that start a career in real estate are gone in 3 years.
Oh,
They don't have a business plan, and they so it's important to me that people, when they get into it, that they take the education, they have a business plan, and that they're so successful, because if they're successful, it'll help more people.
that's some really good advice there, because I think that it was popular to become, there have been times where it's popular to become a real estate agent because of how the market is.
Yeah, you're right. It's like everyone knows someone or 4 or 5 people that have a real estate license. And there's a big difference between a real estate licensee and a realtor. It's the same thing as there's accountants and there's CPAs. That's the difference. Realtors belong to a local, state, and national association and have a code of ethics that they follow. Real estate license, you still have certain things and rules and regulations established by the state that you have to follow, but you may not have the same duties owed to be followed, I should say. So right now in Las Vegas, I think there's approximately 17,000 agents that are realtors. That doesn't count all the people who are not realtors, because most commercial agents are not realtors, because they don't need to belong to the multiple listing service. And to put it in perspective, there's, I think, around 1,900 homes on the market right now that don't have offers. So there's like, what, a little over 1 home per agent
Oh, wow.
per 1,000, per 100 agents or whatever they try and sell. So we're getting into multiple bid situations where people are paying overpriced, over listed price, and someone, if they're trying to get a loan, they're kind of squeezed out because an investor or someone with cash can afford to pay more than appraisal value.
Hmm.
So it's, you want a 4 to 5, maybe 6 month supply of homes on the market. That's what they call a buyer's market and a seller. It's an equal market. It's neither a buyer's market or a seller's market. Right now, it's definitely a seller's market. There's a lot of people who say, gee, I could make a lot of money in my house, but if I sell, what do I buy? Because there's so little to choose from. And interest rates are incredible. They're around 3%. When I got in business, they were 18 and 20%. I
Yeah,
never
that's
thought we'd see anything below 10 again.
wow.
So I didn't mean to
Gosh.
ramble on there. Sorry about that.
No, it's all very useful information because, like you said, most of us know realtors and real estate, people in real estate, and it's nice to get a little glimpse into the inner workings of
Yeah,
the industry.
there's, as a real estate agent, like I said, we do a poor job sometimes of letting our clients know what we do for them, from checking the title report, ordering signs, ordering the photographer out, scheduling showings, make sure the people that come and look at the house are pre-qualified or have cash, taking care of any issues that might be on title, babysitting them through the whole process, and going to the actual closing and sitting down with them to make sure that all their questions are answered. I've asked over the years several title escrow officers, what are the responses of a buyer and seller that did not have a real estate agent involved in their transaction at all? And they said 95% of them said they would never do that again because they had no idea what it was all about. And we need to tell people that, hey, we have value. We're there to help you.
Right, right. Not just to take that through 3% or whatever it is,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah,
People think, oh, if I get a real estate license, then I can save myself some money. And but it's beyond that. It's like you said, taking into account everything you know, that's going on in the industry and how it pertains to people's home purchase or, you know, or retail
right.
location.
Yeah, it is. And like I said, even in commercial right now, it's difficult to find specific properties for um, business buyers or owners. Warehouses, retail. Retail's a little soft. Medical offices are good, but our market is cyclical. I mean, we go through these cycles every about 10 years, and I'm sure we'll go through more. I am personally kind of concerned about all these loan forbearances that people have taken advantage of with COVID. They think that the payments that they haven't been made are forgiven. They're not forgiven. They may have to do a loan modification or come up with a lump sum of 10, 12, 14 months of house payments at one time.
Right, right.
So,
It goes on the back of the loan or something.
or do, like you said, a loan modification where they roll those back payments, all those back payments into a new loan and add it on to the end of the loan. So this COVID has disrupted many, many people's lives. Not
Yeah.
just here, but in the world.
Yeah, we've all had to make some major adjustments, that's for sure.
Correct.
So, what do you do, Ron, to keep the love of your business strong?
I just see people, just talk to people, agents, other agents. I have a lot of agents that come into my office, and I guess I'm kind of like a substitute broker sometimes when they can't get in. Of course, I'm careful about giving broker advice, but they just need someone to talk to. The agents do. People, everyone wants to talk about real estate. How's the market? Market's fantastic. Doesn't matter whether it's up or down. It's always fantastic. You know. So there's always opportunities for in any market, and that's a hard. I don't feel like I have to really do anything but just be there and be active to talk to people because they pump me up. They get me excited. Okay, look, what can we do to help you? What do you really need? You know, sometimes they'll give me a list this long, but they only have this much money. So I said, okay, well, which one of these things do you absolutely have to have? And we break it down to reality for them. So I love guiding people and again, not selling them, but just make them see reality and say, okay, we'll do the best for what you have. How's that? So
Sounds good to me.
fun. Well,
um,
you have my contact information if you need a good real estate agent.
for sure, for sure. I will keep you in my digital pocket.
It's funny, I've had several surgeries in the last few years, and I'm handing out business cards to the X-ray tech and the nurses and the doctors. When people ask us, you'll probably be handing them out at your own funeral. I said, maybe, who knows?
Commitment. And so you managed to do all of that, and real estate sounds so busy, you know, all the details that you have to take care of. And I hope we've been able to give people a little glimpse into the amount of work that is done behind the scenes to help everything come together.
Yeah,
For
I hope
that.
so. Yeah, it's important to have a good relationship with your agent, be upfront with them because they have a team. Oh, excuse me, sorry. They have a team that can put you with the right lender, the right title company. All those things are important to make sure it's done. That they hire a professional photographer to shoot your home. You don't shoot it with your mobile phone. You know, spend a little money and do it the right way.
Right. Real estate agents are so important. Realtors, I know in my own experience, I was very grateful to have an excellent realtor helping me
Well, good.
with my purchases and sales. So besides all these things that you managed to do, you're also an avid cook.
I am. I love cooking, and I'm basically a barbecue and meat and potato type person. But I never. Someone says, "What's your recipe?" And I'm going, I don't know. I improvise as I go along. So something I cook doesn't always come out the same the next time. And then I have two really good friends that are true gourmet chefs. So when I get to visit with them, it's just fun. Sometimes we have dirtied every pot and pan in the kitchen and had to wash them and do them again as we're making all the sauces and putting
Oh, how
everything together.
fun.
And it's just, occasionally some adult beverages consumed while we're doing that. And it's just the social aspect to me. And then to have people, I guess I'm a people pleaser because I love people going, "Ooh, this is really good. What'd you do?" And I said, "Yeah, just, a little this, a little that." So I do all the cooking, I do all the shopping for groceries and that, and because I'm a better shopper than my wife too. So
That's awesome. Lucky her. Lucky her. There's a lot of things that you're involved in: gardening, reading, golfing, fishing, hiking. Also involved in hospice. That
yeah,
takes a lot.
but my mom passed away through hospice. Several good friends had, and so in Idaho we had a wine tasting hospice fund, and I ran that a couple years. And raise money for hospice, the nonprofit up there. It was fun. We had several restaurants bring in heavy hors d'oeuvres. We charged people to come to the event, and then we also had several wine and beer distributors that come in. So it was a big social event and took a lot of work. We had live auction, silent auction, and raised funds. And I put the arm on several of my friends that had private wine cellars and said, please donate some wine. And by the way, come here. And if you really want the bottle, you can buy it back. Just people, because the cause is what it's for, is again, helping people,
Right. Right. It's so great to hear all that you're doing.
Well, I probably have overdone a few times. That's why I ended up here. But it's just what makes me, and I laugh. I tell people that I'm a lazy person. They go, "What do you mean you're lazy?" I go, "Well, I don't generate well unless I have more to do than most people can do, and it's what keeps me going." So
I can relate.
It's that. It's if I only have one or two things to do, I'll get to it. In college, I'd do my book report the night before it was due. I hadn't even read the book, so things like that.
Oh gosh, yeah, I can definitely relate to that. You need that little extra fire.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like we're out of time.
Well, thank you so much for having me on. I'm sorry if I rambled on a little bit.
Oh no, not at all.
Hostess, and appreciate it.
Oh, my pleasure. I wish we would have had time to talk about the demolition derbies, but if anyone wants to find you, where's the best place to find you?
I'm at the Realty One office on Ann Road 95. My email address is Ron Branson LV for Las Vegas at gmail.com. So it's Ron Branson LV at gmail.com. Or they can text me at 702 860 3656.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Ron, for being with us on this show.
Thank you.
And thank you, everyone, for watching The Love of Business. Stay tuned for more great shows at prconnectionsradio.com, the voice of new media.